We're back in the main section of the office. There are a few more offices upstairs in the mezzanine level, so let me take you up that way. So we're up in the mezzanine level, one more level up. There are a few open offices just where I'm standing here. There's another office here for the finance side of things, and so this allows us to get a bit more capacity in the office, especially for people who need an office space but not kind of 5 days a week. And then the rest of the mezzanine, which I'll walk you into, is all public space. So this whole open area, all public space, again, a pretty configurable space. Lots of soft seating, tables. We'll probably have a bookshelf up here with books and games and puzzles and that kind of thing. We've been talking about turning this into a bit of a library space. I can't show you everything on that side because we have some scaffolding that's in the way, but I can give you a bit of the layout. The way we came up was through the offices, which isn't normally how you'll get into the mezzanine. Normally you'll come up through a stairs that starts over there and then goes down. It kind of mirrors the stairs down below. So this is quite a big open space. From here you can see all the way down to the basement. And then from here you can also see all the way up to the ceiling. It's a bit hard to imagine now. The ceiling you see up here is not the real one. It's a platform that's in place for us to work on the ceiling that's above it. And we'll show you a few shots of that. So you have to imagine the space as having really a lot of natural light. There's a whole bunch of skylights in the roof above, and there's a whole ring of windows which illuminates this space and filters down to the main floor. And the sun is right, actually filters all the way down to the basement. So there's quite a view up this way and then quite a view down this way. So now we're up on that temporary platform I just talked about from the mezzanine. So you can see behind me, above me, is the actual ceiling. You can see the skylights, you can see all these windows. So if you can imagine that I'm not standing on anything, this is all air, that's what it's going to look like. The ladder behind me is going up to the cupola. That's a little turret thing at the top. The outside has been unfinished for some time, and we just did it a week ago. And so it's got windows in it now. Some of those windows will open automatically if the temperature rises in the mezzanine. It helps to ventilate the building. Nice view from up there. It won't be a place that we can go up there regularly except for maintenance. But it also will allow light all the way into the building. And at night, there'll be a bit of light in there, so the whole thing will glow, kind of like a lighthouse. So we're back at the main doors. That's been most of the main floor and the mezzanine. As you can see, a lot of it still looks like it's very much in construction, and it is. Although we've done a lot of the service work, and so it's further ahead than it looks. So the sprinkler system's done, plumbing's done, electrical work is done, all that kind of thing. So one of the next few steps is to insulate the exterior walls, and then drywall is the next big thing. And so quite soon, places will look almost finished, which is exciting. So I will show you the basement. We've been focusing on the main floor in terms of progress, but we've done a few things in the basement. So let me show you that. So now we're in the basement. It's as big as the main floor is. There's a lot going on in this basement. A lot of it is staff areas and support areas for the ministry, but there's some fun guest stuff happening here too. So one of the cool things is the bedrooms. They are on my right and on my left. There's 3 bedrooms in this way. There's a bit of a hallway, and then each bedroom has access off that hallway. Each bedroom also has a door that goes to the outside, has their own patio, ocean view, their own ensuite. They're all double occupancy. It's gonna be pretty fun. Over here, this big area, which is a big storage area, keep some of our wood dry. This is our games room. And so we'll have pool tables in here, ping pong table. We're talking about doing a bouldering cave underneath the stairs. This will just generally be a rec room to hang out in, especially when it's raining. Hard to see, in the far back corner are the tented bathrooms. And so these are new sets of men's and women's showers and washrooms for our tenters. And so we're building a new tenting area just outside on the edge of the hill. And then on the other side over here will be a set of walls. And then there's the laundry room. Behind that is the garage. and behind that is the cooler room, which is something we have been working on. So let me show you that. So as I'm sure many of you know by now, the old kitchen, which was on Main Street, which had the big walk-in cooler next to it, that has all now been taken down. We've done a bunch of landscaping up there. And so the new cooler we're building right now behind me. So the layout here is, there is a pretty big garage loading bay. And what this enables us to do is for our food orders, which we pick up with a truck and barge in Gibson's. So the food can come now through a set of garage doors, can back up all the way to where I'm standing, and then it can get unloaded into our food room. So this food room will have some shelving for dry food storage, and then behind me is a new cooler system. So door in the very back is for the freezer, a slightly larger freezer than we have now, a cooler which is also bigger than our old cooler, and then a new addition to this is a cold room, which is a small room over here, which is kept at a temperature a little bit warmer than the cooler, and so it's an optimal temperature for some of our fruit and vegetables, so allows us to store some of those things for longer. Gives us extra capacity too. So this is a real hit with the farm. So they'll get the vegetables cleaned and crated, and then it goes into either the cooler or into the cold room. Behind me, the walls are not in yet, but behind me you can see a set of stairs. This goes out to the kitchen, and then you can also see the elevator shaft. And so there's actually going to be a small elevator which will be used for wheelchair accessibility, but then also for transporting heavier items up and down. So that's going to make a big difference with the kitchen, especially to bring stuff up and down into the kitchen from the cooler. So now we're back at the main entrance doors. We'll show you a little bit of the landscaping we've been working on. Lots in progress, but we've had some exciting changes that we'll show you in just a minute. This here is what's called the train station platform. It's a big patio, south facing, so it's going to get lots of sun. So this will be a great place to hang out. And just off of it is what's now the new Main Street. And so if you've been here before, you'll remember Main Street being the section between Lamplighters and the carriage house where the old kitchen was, and then it was just a little pathway through the orchard. So that pathway is gone. It's been replaced with a proper street. And so we're still working on the area where the kitchen is. That's all dirt off to my right. These pavers all just got laid 2 weeks ago by a group of volunteers who came and worked very hard for a week to put this down. I'm not quite sure what the final count was. I think about 8,000 pavers went down. And so you can see this part by the station's done. The curve that goes off towards the rest of Main Street is over there. We're still working on getting that all finished. That's happening later in the month. So you can see that curve. And then on this side, the road keeps on sweeping over towards Applegate. And you can see in the distance, it will eventually go across the field all the way to the general store. So eventually there'll be a ribbon of a pathway, this cobblestone road pathway, from one side of the property to the other side of the property.